everyone, Cinephile Mike here. I am pleased to be joined by writer and director Javier Cano Larumbe to talk about his new short film Vacío, translated as Void, which is screening this weekend at the Cleveland International Film Festival. This film blends psychological horror with real deep personal storytelling, creating a powerful and atmospheric look at fear, perception, and the unseen. Javier, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me here.
So this film, Vacío, it's rooted in your own childhood experience. When did you realize that this was a story you wanted to tell through a horror lens?
This was a part of a feeling that I had when I'm during a process where I need to heal this kind of trauma, and I need to put it on certain image than in words, and I need to try to express how I felt when my parents got divorced, and this is what I try to do.
And what I found so compelling is the horror in the film feels it's less about like what's out there and more about what's happening in here.
Yeah.
How did you approach using, this genre as a way to express the
Yeah.
emotions that a child can't fully articulate?
Yeah. This is a very important aspect for me because when work on this short film, the way that I try to think about this story is more related as a drama than as a horror story, because for me, what is happening, it's something that happens in reality. It's something that happens to the characters, and it's something very related to the drama that the characters are experiencing, like what is happening between them. And the idea of doing it using some aspects related with the genre horror movies, with this kind of storytelling, is because is to be more is to try to put the audience at the same level. For me horror movies are a very democratic, if I could say this word, it's a very democratic genre because put everyone at the same level when they are experiencing something at the same time. It's like everyone that feels that what is happening in the short film, they are going to feel it in the same way, because what I'm trying to do is to put this inner conflict in a way that it's understanding for everyone. And also, for me, it's important too because this is what how I feel when how I felt when I was a kid. I think that for a child, a situation like this could be a horror movie. It's like it could be terrible.
And in that vein, the boy who plays Felix, Tomeu Artigas, he carries so much of this film, often without dialogue. So, what was it like to work with him, and how did you guide him to a performance that captured, so much of your personal journey?
The key was on the casting, and this was an extraordinary and an incredible experience because he appeared like a miracle. I remember that we were 2 weeks before starting the shooting, and we have had a problem because we didn't find the main character. If we didn't find it, we couldn't start the shooting of the short film. And suddenly I remember then in the last casting session, he appeared. And it was like a magical moment because I saw the character that empathize with the child that I was, when I was 8 years old. And one of the things that I liked most was that Tumeo has this incredible child-looking exterior, you know, that it's wonderful. It's a wonderful kid, but he has a lot of things. He's very smart, and he was an inner world that he want to play with, and this was crucial. This was a gift for me, because the way to start to play, to start to work, was playing with his inner world, with his imagination. He was super imaginative.
I have to say, I also had a chance to watch Safi, your other film, as well. And
Very, very different.
well, very different, but one thing I noticed is that for me, looking at your visual style, it seems that atmosphere is just
Yeah.
as central to your storytelling as character. So for this one, it was the hallways and the bedroom of the house. For Felix and in Safi, it was, those big wide open spaces. So when you're building a story, do you start with the emotional world or the
Yeah,
characters first?
I think that both, because one thing is nothing without the other. It's like, I need the characters. I need to understand the characters, and I need to start from the characters to understand what is the emotion that I need to explore, or what I need to tell to the audience in every single scene. But what it's true is that for me it's more important the emotional aspect than the action. For me it's more important to tell the emotion of the scene than what is happening in the plot. I need to understand and to tell what the characters are feeling in every single moment, and this is the main idea, or the main concept, that makes me begin to begin to work, or begin to think in how to put the camera, or how I have to work with the sound designer, or what I need to express.
It succeeds. And to that point, when you're talking about working with the sound and those elements, I mean, there are nice performances from your supporting players, Maria Valverde, Javier Beltran, but it almost feels like the score and the sound design
Mm.
are really the co-characters in this film. So can you talk a little bit about how you collaborated with Bernardo Castro and Roger Navarro to shape this
Yeah.
psychological space?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that you put the center of question in these specific collaborators, because for me, one of the things that were super important while we were working on the music, and in the sound of Void, of the short film, was that I need to work with the two teams at the same time. It was a wonderful experience, because it was very collaborative, because all the things that Bernardo created, um, had to be integrated by Rouget in the sound design, and this was a communication that goes in the both sides. They need to be in constant communication, because we need a music that sounds like the sound design, because we are not trying to work it as two different concepts, or two different things. We need that music and sound design combined, uh, make one only thing, and it was incredible. I love to work in the both sides at the same time, and I think that it was very, very rich for the creative process. It was wonderful, because I need that the audience, feel the music and feel the sound, but without noticing it. Like, um, I need to make that this music and this sound absorbed the audience, like the monster, like the void,
Mhm.
but without the feeling of being super present.
And without giving too much away, because I don't like to spoil things, but there was a really interesting use of home movies that bookended
Yeah.
both ends of the film. How did that evolve? Was that always part of the idea to kind of frame the story, or was that kind of like a happy accident as you were working your way through the story?
I think that this was the first idea that I had when I started to work in the project. I always imagine this first shot that begins, no, that starts in the screen and tracks out, and then discovers the kid's room, and then present Felix. This was one of the first ideas that I had when I was writing with Blai, my co-writer. And this is a very important moment, because for me, you need to know how this family was before all begins to fall apart. You need to emphasize with them, and you need to know and to feel what is this child losing, and this is super important. And also, it allows me to explore and to explain a lot of things about the child presentation, because it's important to see or to watch that this kid is watching these movies because they need to be relaxed to go to sleep, because something is happening and you don't know what, but you know that it's something strange, because he needs to remember all these happy moments, because it's the only thing that he has. And I love to start with this steady image of movies, and at the end of the short film, when the kid, well, when happened what happened, without the spoilers,
Don't spoil it.
um, the perception of the image changes, because because what the child feels is different, and then the feeling that these images transmit, it's very different, and it's an idea that I love, this kind of circular uh, closing.
And I have to ask, it's fascinating, and this may be a difficult question, and I'll apologize beforehand.
Wow. Oh no.
Disclaimer, but this film really does tap, like we're talking about, that disconnect between children and adults, where one feels everything, the other one doesn't see it. And you would think after generations of humanity have worked, like adults with children and children become
Mhm.
adults, this thing, why why do you think that gap still exists? Even across the generations, we try to do better. Why do you think it is that there's still such a disconnect between parents seeing what their children's need?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that because when we grow, and it's something that happens to all of us, we forget the child that we were. It's like in adult themes, and we have this horrible pattern that we think that the world of childs, the childhood is not important, because what happens to us as adults are the only thing that really matters, because we have to pay taxes, you have a lot of work, you have to, a lot of things on mind. But and then when something happens to your child, you think that this is less important. But it's not, because are children are very, very, very smart, and they feel everything, and they, maybe maybe when we are childs, when we are more, connected with this kind of emotional intelligence, and this is something that we have to care. We have to, and it's very important. It's very important to empathize with our children, and try your best to protect the childhood.
Trust me, I know. I've been a teacher for 23 years, so I constantly have to put myself in the mindset of a teenager. Not always fun.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
always
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's wow, it's tough moments, a lot of tough moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you've now completed your two projects, Safi Void, as you've worked on these and you prepare to think about your next project moving forward, I love to ask this question of filmmakers. It's almost like the educational advice part of the interview. What would you say is one best practice or strong piece of advice that you like to take with you as you work on your projects, and one learning curve or kind of like trap to avoid? What would you say are your best takeaways?
You know, for example, when one of the things that I had to know how to express is to be relaxed and to be calm when I don't know how to do something, or when I have to explore, because we don't need to have all the answers at the first time, when you start a project or when you are doing something. You have to have the time to explore and to change your ideas, and then you don't know how, but you will find the solution, and that's 100% true. And also, you have to be calm because, and most of the professions, and most, or in this case cinema, it's a collaborative work, and you have an incredible team. Mine is fantastic. It's one of the best, well, the best of the best, because they make me a better director. They are incredible professionals that do things that makes me seem a better director. And I'm really happy, really proud, and really really grateful to all of them. And this is one thing that I had to learn, that is when you could say to yourself, I don't know, but it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do. And
Yeah.
one last thing. So, after sharing something so personal through this film, what would you say is a feeling or idea that you hope the audiences take away after they watch Void?
What I want is that, that this audience think about their children, about what this little kid has felt um, through the short film, through all these, emotional process. And at the end, what I want is to put this little question or message in the brain of the audience, no, that wow, this is a problem that it's not only for adults. It's a problem where the consequences are hitting the child directly, and maybe these childs or these children don't have the tools to express their emotions in this moment. But it's important that for us as an adult to be concerned and to be aware, uh, to protect them, you know.
I do. Well, Javier, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Congratulations again on Vacío. The film is screening at the Cleveland International Film Festival as part of the After Hours short programs. Make sure you check it out. We'll include the link in the notes on this episode so you can get tickets if you're in the Cleveland area. Again, if you enjoyed this conversation, please make sure you subscribe to the channel here for more filmmaker interviews like this, festival coverage, and spoiler free reviews. As always, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new. Javier, again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.